Have you ever tried waking up during the workday in a panic? Looking at the time, how do you know it's 8:30? I'm running out of time, so I can only have a cup of coffee in a hurry. I don't even have time to do my hair. What about the experience of rushing out? Focus on those outstanding and successful people. Have you ever thought to yourself, what is their secret? Why can you be so calm and yet perfectly in control of your life? Hello everyone. Welcome to Sunny's Reading Space. I'm Sunny. I believe that in this society, the morning pattern of many people is mostly like this. After getting up, lie lazily on the bed and swipe your phone. Don't want to get up. Afterwards, emails and various work reminders made me anxious. Hurry to go to work again. In fact, this unplanned morning habit, often hidden under the pressure, it is very likely to affect our work mood and efficiency for the next day. Managed to get through the day in exchange for exhaustion. Before going to bed, I thought about repeating the same life tomorrow. This cycle of life sounds familiar, right? Today, I bring you this golden hour after waking up. This book will uncover and explore 64-bit from different fields for you. How successful people use the most private time of the day in the morning. Establish your own high productivity and high efficiency living habits. The kind of life you want to live, the kind of morning you live, is the central idea of the book. Author Benjamin Spow and Michael Sander created My Morning Routine website, interviewed about the morning habits of hundreds of successful people around the world, and published the data on the web. The results showed that almost all successful people, they all made good use of this magical time in the morning. And this is definitely not a coincidence. This book records the interview process with successful people. Let readers understand and learn from their morning habits, to practice on oneself if you want to discuss the morning time. First, we must start by getting up. According to Sunny, getting out of bed is definitely one of the most difficult things in the world. Especially on cloudy or rainy days, the bed has a mysterious magnetic force that attracts me firmly. Don't know if you agree with this. Waking up can be annoying, but it happens to be the first step in starting a morning routine. For many of us, the time we go to work or to class directly determine our wake-up time, and if you're used to the rush of morning life, then you'll have to stay out of bed until the last minute to get up. But if you want more personal time during this sacred time of the morning, then it's time to experiment more and try to get up earlier. Many times we can start with various details around us, like making the bed. Although this little habit seems simple, it has the principle behind it. Not only does it wake up the brain, but it also helps us mentally prepare for the day ahead. At the same time, it also reduces the chance of staying in bed and falling back to sleep. Because when you make your bed, the subconscious mind has told you that the time for sleep is over. There's no reason for you to go back to bed and make a mess. Heidi, a social worker interviewed in the book, Kista says, after making my bed, I feel like my world is suddenly so clean and organized. I can focus 100% on my work. Yes, making the bed has this magical effect. Through these small habits, a sense of planning and self-discipline will slowly seep into our lives. And that's why soldiers insist on making their beds every morning. Most people wake up by the alarm clock. There's nothing wrong with setting the alarm itself, but it's wrong to be tempted by snooze mode. This method can be said to be harmful but not beneficial. If you don't get up immediately when the alarm clock rings, instead use snooze mode to stay in bed until the last second, tends to make people feel worse after waking up. A person's sleep has stages and cycles, and a cycle takes about 90 to 100 minutes, it varies from person to person. If we are woken up by an alarm clock while we are in deep sleep, but if you use the snooze mode to continue sleeping, the brain will go back to the first stage and start over. And when the snooze alarm goes off for the second time, this will interrupt the sleep cycle. Not only will we not feel more refreshed, instead, the time lost due to snooze will be wasted. Founder of Blue Bottle Coffee in the United States, James Freeman's day starts at 6 o'clock in the morning. He uses the most traditional alarm clock, so there is no so-called snooze mode to keep him in bed. Freeman's will start his day with a cup of coffee for him, in this time all his own. He will start with a cup of his favorite cappuccino. After drinking coffee, he was able to get peace of mind and mental adjustment. His greatest principle is, don't make any important decisions before drinking coffee. He will go out to exercise around 6:45, afterwards take a shower, eat breakfast, and finally take care of yourself before jumping in the car and getting ready to face the day ahead. For him, the morning is the best time to prepare for a busy day. After passing the spiritual and physical satisfaction, he appear energized and perform tasks more efficiently. The first few hours after waking up are very powerful. Great golden hour. We can use this time period for work, or to carry out important projects. In order to maximize the effect, draw up a to-do list. This is the first step to improving overall focus and productivity. We can write down what we need to do the next day immediately after we get off work that day. In this way, after getting up the next day, we have a clear to-do on hand. Such a clear goal will give us more direction to implement. Dr. Daya in neuroscience. Ross also said the morning prepares the brain to decide how to function throughout the day. Do you want to be like a headless chicken, shuttle back and forth among a bunch of things? Or do you want to focus and choose what you do consciously and purposefully? It all depends on your state of mind and habits. Alan remembers, when I first stepped into the workforce, I found that there are many more things to worry about at hand. How many times have you almost missed a deadline because you were too busy? Later, after reading this book, I started my morning routine. Every night I clearly write down what needs to be done the next morning. I've found that by effectively executing in the morning, work efficiency is indeed much higher than usual, and, importantly, I get most of my work done early in the morning. This allows me to face the rest of the day with ease. This feeling is really subtle. Founder of investment decision research media, Fannin Street. Sean Parrish said in an interview, over the years, he will adjust the itinerary according to the actual situation, so that I can use up the time in the morning to get the most important things done. Shane also makes plans for the next morning before going to bed. He would get up between 6 o'clock and 6:30 in the morning, drink coffee to wake up. Immediately carry out those plans. He will give himself 60 to 90 minutes. During this time, devote your full attention to deep work. For him, he enjoys the workflow because it's efficient and productive. He also enjoys the sense of accomplishment that his morning work gives him. Exercise is definitely one of the best things to do in the morning. He's like a switch that activates our body, let us be more energetic to face the next challenge. However, the exercise here does not mean that you have to go to the gym to retrain, or run a 10 kilometers together or something like that. We can also do some simple and time-consuming exercises, like a walk in the park while enjoying the integration with nature. It also relaxes our minds. Facebook. Vice President of Product Design, Julie Joe told us she doesn't hit the gym in the morning. Instead, stand on your own treadmill early in the morning and do 10 to 15 minutes of exercise. I want to make exercise less stressful, she said. Like brushing your teeth, not a big deal if we compare our body to a machine. Then the purpose of exercise is to oil the clockwork and gears. Promotes blood circulation to keep us in top shape throughout the day. Whether you're doing pull-ups, push-ups, jogging, or simply going for a walk. Must remember, something done is better than nothing done. Once you open up to your morning sweat, you'll understand. No matter what happens all day, at least exercise in the morning. We can start the day with this attitude. Sunny also found that in the book's interviews with 64 successful people, almost 70% of people have the habit of morning meditation. There are many forms of meditation: guided meditation, mindfulness meditation, self-hypnosis, and more. Different successful people choose different meditation methods to start their day. But here we are not trying to discuss the differences between the various forms of meditation. That's going to be a huge subject. The author suggests that we properly use part of the morning to meditate. like simply practicing mindfulness meditation during your morning jog. Or take 5 minutes to meditate while you wait for your coffee to boil. Dia. Ross said when sharing his habits, meditation has had a huge impact on my ability to focus and my overall health. Make me feel physically and mentally no longer as tired as before. At the same time, it can also improve my concentration and allow me to see more thoroughly when analyzing problems. Let's take a look at Ed Catmull, how a Pixar and Disney Animation Studios President's Day begins. For many years, he insisted on exercising every morning. Before exercising, meditate for 30 to 60 minutes. He usually does Vipassana meditation, focusing on himself. For example, focus on the rhythm of breathing, etc. Learn to quiet the voice in your head. This step sounds simple, but it's very difficult to implement. This secret not only made him more focused, also through meditation, let him inadvertently come up with many good ideas. Feeling inspired. In fact, if we observe carefully, there's nothing magical about the morning routines of successful people. The habits they stick to are the same ones we can all do. It's just that these successful people are often more persistent and self-disciplined than ordinary people. But one thing is undeniable, that's the sense of accomplishment that comes from winning in the morning. Sunny believes that this may be the reason why successful people can maintain positive optimism. And tips for staying productive. Financial and Product Management Director of Social Software, Tinder, Jeff Morris says, doing yoga before work has changed my life. When I feel that the task is completed and I have achieved something. Most people are just waking up, it's a really good feeling. Author, co-founder of Rose Garden Investment Advisors, Winnie Johnson, told the author in an interview, I have so much to do. For me, half an hour in the morning equals at least 1 hour in the afternoon. This is why I have been able to stick to my morning routine for years. I enjoy the pleasure of working efficiently. These give us a sense of accomplishment by accomplishing things in life, big and small. Give us the motivation to keep going, although the effect of various small habits in the morning may seem insignificant. But just combine them, extend the timeline, and add the effect of compound interest. It will definitely help us shape an efficient and successful life. The above is the author's statistics of more than 300 interviewees. The average number derived from the average sleep time is 7 hours and 29 minutes. Average wake-up time is 6:24. The average time to fall asleep is 10:57. For bedtime and wake-up time, in fact, there is no fixed formula, it varies from person to person. But this statistic can give us insight into the sleeping habits of successful people of all stripes. Get a little inspiration from after reading so much. Let us go back to the core idea of this book. The kind of life you want to live, the kind of morning you live. What we do every day not only affects our self-growth, it will also invisibly shape our life appearance and affect our life. Decisions made in the first hour of waking up in the morning. It will directly affect the work efficiency of the next day. Is it possible to have a peaceful mind, or a chaotic mind? Maybe starting today, try to get up earlier, little by little. Enjoy the most private time of the day in the morning with your heart. This can be as simple as enjoying a cup of favorite coffee, or take a leisurely run in the park, or calm down and think about the layout of the day. These small changes can last a long time, make a huge difference in our lives. Well, that's all for today's sharing. If you think my sharing is helpful to you, please remember to like, comment and share. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to Alan's channel. I will continue to bring you more wonderful books. Bye bye guys.